This so far is the most recent footage I have from their training camp. Let's go ahead and see what we got real quick. What is going on, everybody? It is Jake with Master Football, back at it again. Happy Wednesday. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get going. This is Master Football, all things pro football, all things college football, all things video game football. Madden's coming out pretty soon here, but get ready because I'm going to have some more stuff coming on about that. Everyone here, please like the video. Please share it. Please subscribe. Anything like that. Comment on it. Anything like that. I want that information out there. Okay? Let me know what you guys think in the comments and everything like that. But without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, so I wanted to go ahead and show you guys, kind of give you an update on what's going on with the Saints right now. This so far is the most recent footage I have from their training camp. Let's go ahead and see what we got real quick. Jeez, that escalated quickly, man. All right, all jokes aside, okay, Saints fans, I'm sorry, okay? This is preseason. Okay? This is preseason, okay? Nothing's happened so far. But so far, there's a lot that's been coming out about the Saints that it's been kind of leading up to this, and I want to kind of address what's going on. Okay, we got a Michael Thomas situation. We got a quarterback situation. We got a defensive back situation. There's a couple things we need to talk about. Let's go ahead. We're gonna go through this in alphabetical order. Not alphabetical order. We're just going to talk about Michael Thomas first, okay? Let's get into that. So I want to set precedent really quickly. So Michael Thomas, it's been really weird where Michael Thomas has simultaneously been like a really good teammate in some ways and a really terrible teammate in other ways. As an example, so here we go. So this is July 31st, 2019. This is roughly 2 years ago, right around this time period. Signs a 5-year, $100 million extension to be the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL, okay? Good Michael Thomas, locked up, wants to be with the team, signs 5-year deal, highest paid receiver, good to go. Boom. October of, not that next season, but this season we just had last year, Michael Thomas suspension result of clashes with Payton and the Saints coaches. So as an example, we read up here at the top, New Orleans Saints wide receiver Michael Thomas, 1-game suspension following a fight with teammate CJ Gardner-Johnson, a.k.a. CJGJ. In practice Saturday was reportedly a result of insubordination toward head coach Sean Payton and the coaching staff. Jeff Duncan of The Athletic reported Tuesday that Thomas talked back to coaches, including Payton, who obstinately refused counsel after the confrontation with Gardner-Johnson, which sparked the team's decision to sit him out Monday night's win over the LA Chargers. New Orleans officially suspended Thomas for conduct detrimental to the team. So that sets us up to last March of the season. So Michael Thomas restructures contract to create $8.7 million. So signs that big deal, okay? Plays the season. And actually, as a matter of fact, that season did fantastic. Had 1,500 yards, did a really good job. Then this last year had a couple struggles, had some injuries, wasn't really nearly the player he was supposed to be, was out for a long time, was suspended for a game. If he wasn't hurt, he was getting suspended. It was this, it was that, okay? So that was bad Michael Thomas. We had good Michael Thomas after a big year after signing a big deal, good Michael Thomas. Then we got bad Michael Thomas, okay? But now we have good Michael Thomas. So Michael, he restructures contract, creating $8.7 million in cap space. Remember, this was March 12th. This is a couple weeks after the season had ended. Okay, they had made a reasonably deep playoff run, and he comes back in here. So we read into this really quickly. So the New Orleans Saints have just restructured wide receiver Michael Thomas's contract that has turned his 2020 base salary into a signing bonus. The move has cleared an additional $8.7 million in cap space for the upcoming 2021 season. The restructure essentially kicks the can further down the road and makes him a near lock to be on the team next season. That is a crucial part here. So what happens there in those situations is they convert salary to signing bonus. Meaning you can have your salary has to fit within the salary cap. Hence the reason why that exists. Your bonus can exist outside of the salary cap. However, maneuvering or getting rid of or trading a player with any sort of signing bonus situation makes that you have to pay that against a dead. That could be a dead cap situation. So you can't circumvent the cap. Everybody's just being paid in signing bonus. But then if you were to get rid of a player who has a large signing bonus, that signing bonus will count as dead cap against your cap. So you can't just avoid that sort of situation. So they restructured his contract. He really did it. He's like, you know what? I'm going to be on the team. I want to be on this team. The season's over. We haven't practiced with the new quarterbacks yet. Key. We're going to get back to that in a second here. We haven't practiced with the new quarterbacks yet. Okay, $8.7 million. I'll do what I got to do. I'm going to do this for the team. Okay, good, Michael Thomas. And that brings us to this next situation. So Michael Thomas, it says right here in this article, so Saints left the door open for Michael Thomas to make an early return from the PUP list. So this was July 28th. So it says it's a small thing, but the New Orleans Saints took an encouraging step with Michael Thomas during the front of this week. He was put on the PUP active list rather than the PUP reserve list. If he was on the PUP reserve list, he would have been out until at least week 6. He's on the PUP active roster, which means he can return sooner rather than later. So it was a couple different things there. So, I mean, you see here that it says he can avoid that 5-game absence. That's a good thing. New Orleans Football's Nick Underhill first reported that Thomas did not receive a planned second evaluation on his ankle this summer, leading to the Saints telling him to go get surgery after he failed to rehabilitate without going under the knife. Again, we have to remember this right here is all the while, this whole offseason, they were trying to contact him for 3 months. They were not able to. So that was kind of a situation. They're like, hey, go get rehabilitated, get a second opinion. Didn't do that. Apparently he got the surgery sometime in June, kind of did his own thing, wasn't talking to the Saints. Not a great look. Let's go ahead and continue on. So August 10th, this was just yesterday. Saints Sean Payton declines to comment on Michael Thomas's cryptic tweet. So we see down here, Thomas was insinuating Monday that the Saints tried to damage my reputation in a cryptic tweet. Thomas did not name the team in his rant, in which he said he saved another entity's reputation by not telling your side of the story. Sean Payton obviously didn't touch that with a 20-foot pole. But he's expected to miss the start of the 2021 campaign after surgery on his ankle in June. Why he's getting that surgery in June as opposed to, I don't know, like the second the season was over. Again, I don't know. I'm just wondering. But I know that, they're focused on getting Mike healthy. We want to make sure we point to all that kind of stuff. So, again, this article is going to be in the description. I want to make sure you have that. Now, here's the tweet that he had. So Michael Thomas's not so cryptic tweet shows a fractured relationship with the Saints. So we see down here, it's going to say, they tried to damage your reputation. You saved theirs by not telling your side of the story. Apparently, there's something that Michael Thomas has, some information, that if it were to be released, he would be the hero of the story, and someone else would be the villain. But he took the sacrifice. He took the sacrifice for them. So I'm not trying to say I'm trying to pick sides here. I will tell you this. None of this is good, okay? This is not a good situation, okay? Michael Thomas just got $8.7 million. I believe it was 8.7. Hold on, let's check on that really quickly. Yep, Michael Thomas just got $8.7 million more difficult to move. Okay, that's not a small number. I want to say that's somewhere around like, I don't know, maybe a couple percentages of points at the cap. That's not easy. He just got more difficult to move. He's weird. He's like, it's like good Mike, it's bad Mike. It's good Mike, it's bad Mike. Who knows what's going on? I personally believe that one of the big contributors to this situation is the fact he, wasn't really, he's always been kind of an issue. He's always been kind of, doing his own thing. But sometimes he'll do some good things. Sometimes he'll do some bad things. He can definitely play. Now, Drew Brees isn't there. That might also be hurting this relationship where he's like, you know what, man, I'm going to come back to this team. I'm going to be playing for them. And I don't know who the quarterback's going to be. So this one right here from whodatdish.com from Lee Oladis. I can't pronounce that name. But basically, you can come down here. There's a couple different things that basically say Jeff Nowak tweet that he says an up and down day in team drills with a bit of win today. Neither quarterback did a ton to distinguish themselves. Saints camp. So I don't think they should, like I said, fans shouldn't panic that neither guy has done that yet. There are still 3 season pre-games ahead of us to get them ready to go for week 1. I will say, though, that, so you've got a receiver who's disgruntled, injured. You've got a quarterback room that you're not really 100% sure who is going to be leading that quarterback room. You've got a defensive backfield where you've got Janoris Jacobs and Patrick Robinson both gone. I mean, if you come down here, okay, so he just up and retired at the last second. It's not a great thing that they're looking for. So it says down here that they still have Marshawn Lattimore, solid, very, very good defensive back. They signed Brian Poole as a veteran slot corner. Their outside corners contenders are Ken Crawley, Prince Amukamara, and rookie Paulson Adebo. Prince Amukamara wasn't good enough to play for the Raiders defensive back group, okay? So they ultimately got rid of him. So Ken Crawley, he first year was in 2016, came back down here. So he's played in, I mean, you have to remember, like 2019 and 2020, he played in a combined 11 games. I hopefully, you never know, dude. Okay. You never know. Okay. There might be something out there, but as of right now, that I'm really pumping the brakes on this whole Saints thing, man. I like the Saints. Saints fans are so passionate. I really want you guys to do well. I'm looking at the odds here. So again, from the NFC South. So right now they're sitting plus 300 from FanDuel, plus 325 from BetGM, and plus 350 from Points Bet. So for them, they're still looking at a reasonable spot. I do think that right now, though, it's getting more and more difficult to kind of see what's going on with them. I want to make sure that that's what the negative that's going on with them right now. I know the negative ultimately overtakes the positive. I know that I have several videos here that kind of go over this. This time of the year, there's fake optimism and there's real bad news. Because if something's bad, it affects your ability to play the game. If something's good, you don't win a game. Nobody wins games literally in the preseason. You can lose games in the preseason. You can sure as hell lose some games in the preseason just from injuries or wanting to get traded because of not getting ankle surgery and not liking your coach. Those might be some serious situations. Now, I want to make sure that I highlight a good thing. So we don't really know if it's going to be Taysom Hill or if it's going to be Jameis Winston. We don't really know who's going to be the starting cornerback outside of Marshawn Lattimore. We're not really sure if your star receiver can even play, and if he does, we're not even sure if he really wants to. And you're also not really sure if you can even get rid of him because of the salary cap situation. But you got to remember, the Saints, despite the fact they had all those losses in the offseason, they lost Drew Brees, they still have something that you cannot buy. It takes so much effort to get this up. One of the top offensive lines in the league. This is from Pro Football Focus. We come down here. There, so obviously the Browns were number 1, the Colts were number 2, the Patriots were number 3, and then the Saints were number 4. Saints are doing great. Terran Armstead, Ryan Ramczyk read an article from Joe Thomas, the NFL guy. He's awesome. He's on NFL.com. He basically said that these two guys are 2 of the top 10 tackles in the league, the best tackle tandem in the league. So whoever the quarterback is, they're going to have plenty of protection. They're going to have some good run blocking. So it's not all doom and gloom for the Saints. Okay, it's not all doom and gloom. There is a lot of gloom. But I'm just saying right now, hopefully they can turn this around. The league is better when they got the who dat and all that stuff. It's or who day. I'm sorry, I get this wrong. All right, Saints fans. Okay, don't take it out on me. Okay, what do you guys think is going to go on with this Michael Thomas situation? Do you really think he wants out the door? Who do you think is going to be the starting quarterback? What's going to happen in the defensive back room? Okay, can you capitalize on that big offensive line? Those are big 4 questions I have right there. Let me know in the comments. I'd encourage you guys to get after it. But thank you all for being here so much. I will see you guys on Friday. I am out.